And welcome to Hero Power. This is episode 76, and we are post Ungoro. I am your host, Avantes, and as always, I am joined by my co-hosts, Sjow.
First, before anything else, we have to commend Avantes for getting the right intro this week. Thank you so much. Good job. Golf clap, guys. Golf clap.
Yeah.
Now, if he could only get the frames in the right spot.
That's all right.
I'm going to start introducing you as my co-host, Sir Big Mouth, and my other co-host, Sir Salt-A-Lot.
That's me. That's me. The salt is real. The salt is real.
What's up, Versika? How you been?
You know what? I've played more Hearthstone this week than I have in a long time, so I'm a little saltier than normal.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. It's been a good week.
That's good. Well, we've got don't have a whole lot of news to talk about this week, so before we get into that,
Boyd, your prediction was right.
That's right. Boyd in chat says, I foresee not a lot of news today. You are correct. So before we get into the not a lot of news, let's talk about our friends over at ViForce.
So I feel like one of the things that we don't talk about ViForce enough is that ViForce is actually gamers that have gone into the computer business. So whereas you may go to a box store and you may talk to the salesman about the computers that they sell, and they may be knowledgeable as far as like the tech side of the computers go, and you may actually go up to a store associate who knows what a front side bus is. If you do, be thankful. But that's beside the point. It was really fun playing Hearthstone this weekend. I was watching Twitter, and all of a sudden I get this ViForce tweet that comes up that says, "Oh no, we may have broken the meta." I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah. So they posted gameplay of this really cool combo that they had with Lorewalker Sjow on the in the OTK Mage. I just thought that was really cool. They're playing the game that we are talking about their computers to play. So if you haven't followed them yet, go ahead and follow ViForce on Twitter at ViForce Gaming and check out their posts. They don't really post about one specific game. They play a wide variety of games. So go down the list, check out what they've got going on, and you will see that they are gamers just like you. So when you ask them about your computer, they tell you it can play this. It can really play this. So check them out. Go to Twitter at ViForce Gaming, and we'll talk more about their community at the break.
Alrighty. Well, that gets us into our iTunes reviews and emails, which, if you'll notice, Zeroshio's beard's looking a little thin this week.
I had to take a bit off.
So
I was hungry.
I'm gonna go into my spiel for those of you who have listened before. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask, whether it be about the show or about Hearthstone in general, you can send those to us at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. And if you are so inclined, we would love to hear from you. Leave us an iTunes review. Let us know what you think of the show. We will be happy to read that and respond. So,
I also want to throw one thing in there. If with Ungoro that just came out, if you have any really neat decks you've made or decks you'd like to see us play, email us. heropowerpodcast@gmail.com, or go to heropowerhs.com and click on the contact us link and share us a screenshot of your deck. Maybe if it's something that fits into our show, we'll be glad to play it on the air. We'll try it out and see if we like it, or if it's just super fun and really unique. We'll throw it on the show. So please send those to us.
Why are you laughing?
Because after 76 episodes, Zeroshio says, yeah, send us an email. It's what is it? What is it? And I just said it, and he's like, what is it? Hero Power podcast@gmail.com.
So
I don't pay attention to you.
About sending these decks in, if you have a deck that you want a particular one of us to play, I mean, we'll play it, but
Mhm.
it doesn't mean we're not going to like it. So if you guys send in a
That's
Quest
true.
Rogue and you want me to play it next week on the show, I'll do it, but I won't like it.
I don't have the cards for Quest Rogue. I've
So,
disenchanted all of them.
Guys, I just want to say
so
there's not
let's not
enough
do
salt
this.
in the world. If someone were
Let's
to
not
do
do
that, there's
this.
not enough salt.
I've been destroying Quest Rogue for the
Yeah.
to that point. I'm loving beating it.
Yeah. So let's actually get this. This leads us into our primary discussion. We now live in a
A
post.
segue? What?
Yeah. We now live in a
We do
post
segues on
Journey
this
to
show?
Ngoro world, guys. It's been 6 days.
He's trying to rate us in.
Tomorrow will be a week since the release, so we've got 6 days into this new meta, this new world that we're living in. And there seems to be quite a bit of rogue.
No. What?
But
There also seems to be quite a bit of bad players
there
playing Rogue.
is. So there,
I'm at
there's
rank 10
that.
and they're horrible up there.
So, what are your guys' thoughts on the meta? Just let's talk about what is your personal meta snapshot look like. Zeroshio, we'll start with you.
I'm a firm believer of variety is the spice of life, and I am seeing a ton of variety. On the ladder, I'm at rank 10, and I'm hitting that break point because I'm trying out new stuff right now. I'm not really trying to push right now. I want to see what works. Working on Golden Mage, and I'm seeing every single class. I'm even seeing Hunter and Paladin and Druid and Shaman. I'm seeing them all. Now, I am seeing a lot of Rogue. And it's frustrating when they get everything they need within the first 4 turns. But if they don't, then I usually win. I'm also seeing 2, sometimes 3 varieties of different class decks. If I'm playing a Paladin, I don't just go, oh, I know it's Control Paladin. Oh, I know it's Murloc Paladin. It could be Aggro Paladin. It could be this variety of weird Buffetin. I'm playing a Pirate Buffetin Paladin right now. It's a lot of fun. Every class has 2 and 3 different types of decks that's being played. Not every single mage is quest mage. Some of them are secret mage. Some of them are freeze mage. It's really fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. I didn't get as much time to play as I wanted to because I did have to go out of town for a family thing. So, but I did get quite a bit of play in on Sunday at the hotel room, and it was just a lot of fun, especially when my nephew and my dad, who are just both kind of, very casual Hearthstone players, they're enjoying me watching me play my games, and they're enjoying seeing the new cards being played for the first time, and it's really cool. It's very, very fulfilling right now. I don't know if that's going to change as the meta goes on right before the next set or what, but I think Hearthstone's going in a good direction, and so far with the competitive scene, it's looking fun. It looks good to me.
Okay, Versika, you're next.
Okay, so first things first, I'm still showing Alchemy Lab Hero Power at the bottom.
I updated the show title after we started.
Okay. Well, then I won't worry about that. Which, if you didn't get to watch the Alchemy Lab show on Friday, it was a lot of fun to do. If you guys liked it and you want to see us do those more frequently, please let us know. Like I said, we had a good time doing it. It was early in the meta. I feel like that was weeks ago, and I feel like the meta has evolved
like
quite a bit.
5 days ago.
I feel like so much has happened since then. I've actually played quite a bit of Hearthstone since then. So I feel like Pirate Warrior is still God tier. I feel like Disco Zoo is really powerful. I feel like the Druid Zoo I feel like it's pretty powerful too, but it has a tendency to draw dead, and one of the things that it doesn't do well is draw cards. So I feel like there's probably a little bit of refining that needs to go on there, but I feel like once it happens, I feel like Zoo Druid is going to be really powerful too. And I don't know what kind of quest rogues you guys have been playing against, but most of the quest rogues I play against, they either get it off on turn 4 or 5, and I get 25 points of boar damage to the face, or it just doesn't go off at all. So quest rogue is really powerful but inconsistent. I don't know that I would even classify it as a tier 1. I would say it's a nuisance.
Yeah.
I feel like priest is more powerful than I thought it was going to be.
And Dragon Priest is not dead.
I feel like Paladin is a little more viable than I thought it would be. The new Miracle Rogue is crazy fun to play. Now I know that the meta at from rank 10 to Legend is a fun place to be right now if you like a variety of Hearthstone. I feel like the meta from 20 to 10 is aggro stone and play what you have to play to get to rank 10, and then you can start having fun. So yeah, that's fair. That's pretty much where I feel it's at.
Okay, well, I want to point out something Matt at Arms in chat said, and that is Purify Priest is meta.
Yep.
It's scary too.
It's
Purify
very good.
Priest is they've taken Purify and they combined it with the old combo Priest, and they have made it ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I have been playing mostly Quest Priest. I'm really having a lot of fun with the Death Rattle Quest Priest. I find that deck just to be a lot of fun. I'm running into a lot of mirror matches with it, and the thing about the mirror match is it's all about patience. You have to outvalue your opponent in that matchup. Mm-hmm. I've also been playing the new Miracle Rogue, which I was not a Miracle Rogue player. I despised Miracle Rogue, actually, and I'm having a blast with this new version of Miracle Rogue. You know, I guess, you know, what was it? I was playing the other night on the ladder, and I coined and prepped out a 12-12 Edwin Van Cleef on like turn 5, and then on turn 6 I dropped a 5 or 6 mana Arcane Golem, and they could only deal with one of them. And I mean, it's just I love the way it plays. It plays a little different from the traditional Miracle Rogue, and I'm really having a lot of fun with it.
I think that removing Conceal from Standard really helped Miracle Rogue, because it made people think, well, what do I have to do to make sure my Edwin can even hit my opponent and gets an attack off? And the answer before was Conceal it.
Yeah.
You know, and it was not interactive. Your opponent would just concede and be like, whatever. Now it's okay, let me get my big Edwin out, but now I need to get something else out. So I'll couple it with something else with a bunch of buffs, or an Arcane Giant. I love the Arcane Giant inclusion in Miracle Rogue. But your opponents don't feel so bad, because then they can go, okay, well, now I got this board full of big beasts. Which ones do I got to get rid of? What can I do? And it's interactive.
I'm also loving the inclusion of Sherazin, the new rogue legendary, because it dies, you do miracle stuff, it comes back.
It's a miracle.
Yeah, you know, that's one of those cards that I feel like we missed the boat on. Because I looked at that card, I'm just like, why would I ever play this? And now I'm seeing it, and it's fun. It's fun, and it's an interesting way to do it. And I think that's what makes this Miracle Rogue not only fun to play, but interesting to play. It's also fun to play against, because it is a battle of wits. You are having to time your stuff, and if you misplay, you will get punished. And I love that aspect of it. Mm-hmm. But speaking of miracles, have either of you had a chance to play the Miracle Priest yet?
No.
Oh, check out the Miracle Priest. So much fun. Now, as far as effectiveness goes, the meta is still a little fast for it to be consistent. But man, when it goes off, it is so fun.
Okay.
See, that's another thing I'm loving about Ungoro is all three of us are enjoying this new set differently. we don't feel pigeonholed into playing a certain way because that's the way the set was launched. I like me Streets of Kazakhstan, but I think having the 3 separate tribes, it was almost like the 3 separate families made you feel like you weren't playing 9 different classes. You were playing 3 different classes. You were either going to play a Grimy Goons class, a Lotus class, or a Cabal class. You weren't playing 9 different classes.
Yeah.
And this set, Ungoro, Journey to Ungoro, has kind of identified each class individually, but also gave them enough neutral cards that they could kind of share some tech, like Elemental.
I want to mention one other thing. Matt at Arms in chat just said Lyra, the priest legendary, is crazy good. I want to share a story real quick. I was playing because one of my other favorite cards that I didn't predict would be one of my favorite cards going into this expansion is Elise Trailblazer. I'm running her in Control Paladin. I got her off the other night, got the pack, drew my pack, played it, and pulled a golden Lyra in Control Paladin. Got her on the board, cast a few spells, had some crazy priest paladin synergies going. Wow. It was the most fun I've had in a game, and I can't tell you how long. And all because Elise Trailblazer gives you a pack of Ungoro that you can play mid-game, and you don't know what's going to happen. And that's what I thought was one of the most fun things about it. So
I like Elise.
Go ahead.
The only thing is I was playing her in Mage, and I've noticed, probably just because of the way the set is weighted, you get minions more than spells, and I put her in there so that I could try to do my quest as well with it. And I'm thinking about taking her out. I've got a couple ideas for a tech. I'm really enjoying the quest Mage, and I've kind of diced mine up by putting in Molten Giants as well as Arcane Giants. And that's made it real fun for me because, I don't know if you saw episode 86 of Happy Hearthstone, but I brought Molten Giants back. And I'm hoping to keep that train going and prove to everybody that Molten Giant is not dead.
So I did want to qualify your earlier statement. Actually, and we won't go down this train too far because I know Avantes wants to avoid a lot of this discussion tonight. It's something for a different time. The comments that I made were completely talking about casual. As far as being able to play the other classes, I feel like right now ladder meta is very defined, and I feel like it's very aggressive, and I feel like there isn't room for innovation, and there's not really any room to have fun. You pretty much have to play a really fast meta deck if you want to climb. Now, if you don't care about your rank at all, then you don't have to worry about it too much. Or if you've hit a floor where you're comfortable, then you get to experiment. So I feel like, rank 15, rank 10, rank 5, those are where you're going to see the widest variety of decks. Maybe a rank above it. But once you get into like 13, 12, 11, or you get into, 8, 7, and 6, I feel like those are very, very meta-defined areas where you're going to run into decks where you don't really get to explore how many great cards there are in Ungoro. And I feel like in Ungoro there are more cards that fit into that good or great category than in any of the other expansions that we've seen so far, but you're not getting a chance to really explore those combinations because you're in a constant state of having to deal with what either already existed or what has turned out to be a very fast early game.
Yeah, and again, you're right that this is probably not the week to talk about it. We got a couple more weeks to let the meta flesh out. I don't think I agree with you. I will say I've been sitting around 10 because I've been playing like 6 different decks just all around. My one deck that I have a very positive win rate, 67%, is my Mage deck, and it is very controlling. And I handle aggro well with it. Now, I have put some tech in it for it, but I don't know. I think it's just going to take some time to flesh out. I like where the meta's at. I'm not seeing the same 2 or 3 decks. I'm seeing 7, 8, 9 different types of decks. And I like it. Again, that could just be different floors that we're at. And
Yeah, I
and
feel
as
like the 10 plus is better.
well, I've been as high as 8 and still haven't seen. I am seeing some more aggro, but I'm able to handle it. Maybe it's just maybe I've teched out my deck well enough to kind of curve it. I did put in volcanic potions and a few other early clears, and that may just be it.
Well, I haven't
I'm just
played
not feeling
Mage.
it.
I haven't played Mage much in this expansion,
It's
but
so
like
fun.
I was trying a few of the other decks. I actually downloaded on Saturday. I re-downloaded Deck Tracker so that I could track deck progress along the way, and also so I could critique my plays in the new meta to make sure that I was getting the proper card interactions and that I wasn't missing something. And those stats have been pretty eye-opening. I know that the overall HS replays aren't too far off from what I'm experiencing, but for the most part, my numbers tend to be a little bit higher when it comes to the amount of aggro encountered and the success of those decks. In fact, in our patron Discord earlier today, I posted, I guess it was at 3:30 today, that the deck that we were showing on the stream tonight, it was getting burst down way too fast for me to get a feel for how it was doing. So I ended up crafting Pirate Warrior, and I advanced from 1 star into 18 into 2 stars in 13 in 90 minutes with a 92% win rate.
Wow.
I lost 2 games, and I quit when I lost the second one. So that was my last game, was 2 stars into 13.
And that's understandable. I mean, and I've ran into this. A lot of times people will say on the ladder they're facing, nothing but these couple decks, but I'm not getting the same experience. I don't know if it's just the times I play or what. And again, I'm not always flying up the ladder and having a high win rate, but I see a lot of variety. And everybody says all day long, all I've played is nothing but Pirate Warrior and Shaman. So I play a deck just to counter that, and I get nothing but Malygos Druid and Dragon Priest. Of course, this is before Ungoro released, so it could just be just different experiences.
But you were ranked 10 floor before Ungoro released, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like the meta 10 plus, just based on because I spend an equal amount of time actually observing other players on my friends list that I know are either really good at playing meta decks or are very good at constructing new tech into their meta decks. And I've been observing quite a few games, and their games look totally different as far as the variety of opponents they're facing. So I feel like 10 plus, just based on what I've seen, looks like there's a wider variety of deck concepts than what I'm seeing under 10.
The only thing that confused me with that is if that's the case and aggro is pulling like a 90% win rate, like you said, by now they should be up in 10 and probably up into 5 by now. Even past that, if aggro has such a high win rate like that. Now it could be the aggro's facing other aggro, and then you got a coin flip and it's pushing other aggro down. That's a possibility. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to really sit down and play true games to try to push a ladder. And I'll be honest, when I do, I will probably play an aggro variant to at least get me up to 5 until win rate really matters.
Well, Matt at Arms in chat says 10 to 9 is the fun zone. 8 plus is tryhard town.
I will tell you this: playing my mage deck and a few other decks that I was trying, mainly the Quest Priest. Once I got to 8, it got difficult, and I did face a lot of tryhard rogues, and those true face hunters are back, where it's just all just sticky minions staying on the board and doing nothing but go to face. And I contemplated playing something more taunt effective, but I thought, well, let's do the show tonight and see how Taunt Warrior works, and we'll go from there. Maybe it's the way to go. We'll just have to see.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that is, I guess, our post-Ungoro breakdown for you guys. Of course, like I said, we're just 6 days in, so there will be plenty more to talk about in the future as this goes on and the meta continues to evolve.
Well, I think the Global Games is going to calm that down a little bit. I think after a few matches into the Global Games, you'll start to see a a group of decks move up in popularity, and once that happens, then you'll start seeing the meta start to define around it.
Can we talk about the global games?
Hey, you know what's next on my thing to talk about? Global games. So why don't you wait until we get there, and then we'll talk about it.
I was trying
Okay,
to
guys,
to
let's
do the
talk about the
segue
global
trade.
games. Go ahead, Zeroshio.
Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun watching these. I do like that they're staggering the play times. For a lot of the APAC regions, they're doing the times really early in the morning where we can't watch them,
I watch
except
them.
on the broadcast. Well,
I'm
because you're
getting
up
ready
at
for work.
you're up at 3, and then the ones in Europe today were kind of early morning, mid morning for me, and then the ones that are going to be more for the North America side of the country is us guys on the Western world are going to be later in the afternoon. I like that they're staggering this, and they're also rebroadcasting them twice through the day so that people can catch back up on it. This is a worldwide esport, and I think they're treating it as such, and that's very, very important. What's really cool is they got a new format where you have 4 players, and you have to bring a deck from every single class. Every player.
Let me just give you the breakdown on the format. It's best of 5. Class versus class is the name of the format. Each player per team has 2 assigned classes and may choose one of those for their game. Win or lose, players may only play 1 time. In the case of a 5th game, each team has a predetermined ace player that may play using their ace deck, i.e. the 9th class, but not the one they used in their original game. Go ahead, Zeroshio.
So with that, they can use the ace player, which is really cool that they did this. The ace player can play either the deck they didn't play the first time or the 9th class. And you're seeing kind of a little bit of both. What's really neat is the different types of ace players and where they're putting their players in the play rotation. You want a really strong player for game 4, and then you obviously want your most versatile player for your ace player who can play multiple decks really well. And it's just really neat. Also that they know what their opponent 2 classes are, so they're picking their class based on what their opponent may or may not play. That's another really neat format of this. I like that Blizzard's really trying out new formats, and it's just fun to watch. I'm seeing so many really cool decks, especially the fact that you'll see multiple teams bring the same class, but you'll see 2, sometimes 3 different decks, and that's really cool.
All right, Versika, you got anything you want to add? Hey, have you
No,
watched any of the global
actually,
games yet?
I've watched a few. I watched. Now I can't remember the. Remember the name of the country.
Let me
that
just
I
run them
watched.
down, and then
I've
maybe
watched
it'll jog
2
your
early
memory.
morning games, so they've all been the 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. games.
All right, so I'm gonna run down the games that have been completed. So there are spoilers if you haven't watched it and want to watch it. This is your warning. Skip ahead about 2 minutes. All right. Yesterday was the start of the global games. The first match of the day was the Czech Republic versus the Philippines.
I watched that one.
Czech Republic won 3-2.
That was the team Syracuse on, right?
Yes.
Philippines?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
She played Elemental Shaman.
Yep, sure did.
Second match was Korea versus Greece, and Korea won that one 3-1.
Yep, watch that one.
You then had Taiwan versus Poland. Taiwan won 3-1.
That was really good series.
And
Haven't seen
then
that one yet.
what was probably, I think, one of the best matches of the day, China versus Sweden. And both those teams have really fantastic players. And Sweden took that one in a reverse sweep, 3-2.
Barely beat China.
Then you had Russia versus Spain. And, of course, Russia, I feel like, is one of the most stacked teams in the tournament.
No.
With
Their powerhouse.
Inner and Pavel and Stanudachi and Silvername. They just beat Spain 3-0.
Yeah.
Then you had today, the first match of today was Finland versus Norway, and Norway won 3-2.
That was a grunge match. It was really fun to watch.
It was. Yeah.
Okay.
You should watch it. If you like Hearthstone, you should watch it.
I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to go back and watch all of today's matches because I saw the end of this next match, which was Netherlands versus Romania, and Netherlands won 3-0 over Romania, which I thought it was funny that the casters were talking about this matchup as being one of the best matches they had seen thus far, and that both teams contained a member of Team G2.
Yeah.
So
G2 is actually scattered throughout quite a bit of HGG.
Yeah, because you also have a member of Team G2 playing for Germany. And that was the next matchup, was Germany versus Ukraine, which, again, was a great match. Ukraine won 3-2.
Now, definitely go back and watch this one if you haven't. Germany has some fantastic, just absolutely mind-blowing players.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not mistaken, in this match, there's one point they're at the life coach house, and they're playing their matches together, and you see them get excited and joke, and their opponents play things, and they giggle, and then all of a sudden they're winning, and their opponents throw down living mana, fill the entire board, and set up lethal. And just all the faces just get real somber.
To elaborate on that, by their opponent, he means Kalento. It was
Kalento,
great.
Yeah.
So then the next match was France versus Canada. And Canada just stopped being polite for a minute and laid down the whooping 3-0 on that.
Diet France took out.
Diet
France took out the regular version.
Oh, I apologize to any and all Canadians that may be listening. It was a great
France
match.
versus France Light. Oh my god, that's horrible.
And then the last match of today was the USA versus the United Kingdom. And I did not get to see this match. All I know is that US won 3-0. Go ahead, Sjow.
My favorite part of this entire set was the fact that Raven and Soddle were casting it, and they did everything they can to downplay the 3-0 victory of the US over UK, and how basically UK's still better. They just lost today, and that was more fun than the games. Now the games were very good, and there was some controversy in it where there was kind of one of the players in the USA queued up the wrong deck, or queued up the wrong version of the right deck, and had to go back and after the game started. But it was only turn 2, so nobody seemed to be upset about it in the game, at least. But yes, U.S. ended up winning 3-0, and I watched the entire thing right before I ended my shift at work, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Of course you did, Matt at Arms. Of course you did.
All right. So, tomorrow we've got 2 more matches, at least, that I'm seeing on the schedule. Tomorrow we've got Australia versus Argentina and Brazil versus Indonesia. Those will be a lot of fun to watch. I've really been enjoying this format and enjoying cheering on these countries as they play for the global games. Hats off. This has been a great tournament to watch so far.
I suspect that since they're regionalizing a lot of these matches, and you haven't seen Mexico play yet, you're probably going to see Mexico and a few of the other, Mexico's not South America, but the South American teams. Chile, I think Chile has a team. You may end up seeing them tomorrow.
Yeah.
The whole thing is over the course of 10 weeks.
Yeah, so
you have plenty of time to catch up on them.
Tomorrow's matches, this will be for Thursday, April the 13th, and according to this, probably Friday, April the 14th. Matches will begin at 1800 Pacific. So 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Gotcha.
So
it's going to be overnight.
Yes.
So they're only showing you, the reason you saw 2 is because you're looking at Thursday. The rest are going to be on Friday's schedule.
Correct.
Okay.
So, all right, guys. Moving right along, that brings us to this week's Tavern Brawl. And
Chad's killing me. I'm sorry. That's the show title. France loses to Diet France.
oh,
I said
man.
no, Dak. She's practically Canadian anyway.
All right, so this week's Tavern Brawl is Valera's Bag of Burgled Spells. So Valera has stolen spells from every class and filled your deck with them. Each of these spells will summon a random minion of the same cost when played. So this is a return brawl that we've done before, only this time we have Ungoro involved. And I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
I forget what spell I cast, but I got the 3/1 Stealth Worgen off of it.
Oh, okay.
I wait.
There's a 3/1 stealth working?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
Not a Worgen Infiltrators and the Corrupted Worgen?
Corrupted Worgen Infiltrator.
Yeah.
Corrupted Worgen or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway,
Look at that.
From-
I didn't even know that
Yeah,
card existed.
it's from Whispers.
I got it on the
Must have
board.
disenchanted it.
It was stealth, so he couldn't do anything with it. Next turn, I cast Dino Size on it for the win.
You know,
Woo!
it's funny that you say that because that's exactly how I won my game.
That's awesome.
Not with Twisted Wargame. Yeah, I do have that.
Twisted Worgen.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I cast Dino Size on a Ravasar runt. So I completely reenacted the cinematic of Ungoro.
Wow.
It's like little dinosaur, big dinosaur.
Big dinosaur.
That's
He was
funny.
like, rawr.
That's funny.
Zorosho, do you have an
I like-
interesting story?
Oh, yeah. I just enjoyed it. I only had time to play once, and I won. What I will say is it's great if you have multiple quests that are play cards from X class, or one that has play cards from 2 different classes or anything like that. It's really neat because you get pretty much every class spell possible.
Yeah.
And you can really knock out your quests pretty quick. I had a couple quests left and just went through them really fast. Fun brawl. I do like the inclusion of all the Ungoro. This is a repeat brawl, but I think it's a little different. I think before you were restricted by certain classes, where this one it was all classes. I don't know if I'm accurate on that, but that's how I remember it. Again, it was a good brawl. It's back to normal. You just do your fun brawl, get your pack, and stop playing. That's pretty much what Team 5 has learned. If they try to do anything cool and give us different rewards, everybody gets mad on Reddit and threatens to quit the game. So they're going back to the normal, and everybody's going to be happy.
On Reddit or on Espo? Wait.
Well, I wasn't going to throw Espo under the bus, but
We love you,
threw
Espo.
under the bus. No, and Espo, this is the type of thing Espo likes. You don't have to
'cause
build a
it's
deck. You get
pre-constructed.
cool
It's great
things.
for new players.
Pre-constructed, new players get to play cards they normally wouldn't be able to have, and you get a pack afterwards. If you haven't gone over to Legend of the Innkeeper and checked out Vestidius and Espo, definitely go over there and check them out on iTunes over at legendoftheinnkeeper.com. They have a great show, and Espo is really passionate about new player experience.
That's right. As he
And
would
I
say,
think he would like this.
yeah, he would say this brawl is fun guaranteed.
Fun guaranteed.
That's right. All right, guys. Well, that does it for the news and discussion. That brings us to our first deck discussion of the new meta. And this was really not much of it was really kind of a no-brainer for what we picked. I threw the question out to these guys, what do we want to play this week, not Quest Rogue? And they came back pretty quickly with, let's do Quest Warrior. And I was like, okay, what kind of Quest Warrior are we looking at? And Versika was like, I've been having a lot of fun with Sjow's Quest Warrior. So I was like, okay, great. Which version of Sjow's Quest? Because right now there are so many versions of each of these deck lists out there, but This is what we settled on. I'm going to go over the deck list, and then I'll turn it over to Versika to kind of talk about it a little bit. So obviously, it being Quest Warrior, you have Fireplume's Heart. You got 1 Whirlwind, 2 Dirty Rats, 2 Executes, 2 Fiery Windaxe, 2 Slam. I love this card. 2 Sleep with the Fishes, 1 Acolyte of Pain, 2 Ravaging Ghouls, 2 Stonehill Defenders, another card that's really great in this set, 2 Tar Creepers, 2 Bloodhoof Braves, 2 Alley Armor Smiths, 2 Brawls, 1 Dino Horn Hatchling, 1 Ornery Direhorn, the Curator, and 2 Primordial Drakes. So, Versika, tell us a little bit about it.
Wait, before we go on, what was that card after Direhorn Hatchling?
Ornery Direhorn.
Okay, just for the people that like the Southern drawl, I just thought you need to repeat that card. Okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised a company in California made a card like this. Can they even pronounce ornery, not being from the South?
True. Very true. Go ahead, Versika.
All right, so when looking for this deck, by the way, if you are looking for this deck, there are currently 4, or at least there were. Was it last night when I sent this out? It was last night, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so as of last night, if you look up the Sjow Quest Warrior Legend, you currently get 4 decks. So this is one of 4. So it's kind of like Lego Quest Warrior. You kind of pick which piece you currently need, and hope you don't step on it. This one, the reason that I picked this one is because of all of the 4 decks, this one really focused on the hero power being the win condition. And I feel like the essence of the Quest Warrior is surviving, and then you are just chucking fireballs till your opponent dies. And it's a little slower, but I think that's fun. How many times can you hear die insect in one match? Deck Tracker doesn't track that, by the way. There's some interesting tech choices in this one as well, like to just put out the Southern Draw again, the Ornery Direhorn. You can make a case for putting in 2 Direhorn Hatchlings, but it waters down the deck a little bit. The other card that I found to be really, really fun in this deck that isn't in this version, and that's because I figured most people probably wouldn't have him anyway, is the new Warrior Legendary. That's King Dread, right? King Mosh. And he's really, really fun. Turn 10, he's basically just another board clear. You can whirlwind into King Mosh, and most of the time they just don't recover from it. But he's not in this one. But if you're missing any of these cards and you're looking for a fun substitution, one of the things that you can substitute out is the Honorary Direhorn and put in the King Mosh, and then you can probably pull out a Slam and put in a second Whirlwind, and that gives you another board clear late in the game. And at that point, Mosh becomes a win condition. But this version is set up exclusively to wear your opponent down and to start chucking fireballs in the face. Tar Creeper and Stonehill Defender are your 2 MVPs of the deck. They're going to keep the early game pressure away if you can draw them out early. Alley Armor Smith, if you can keep her around, she provides a good bit of armor. Your first brawl, I use the first brawl aggressively, and then I kind of hold the second one back, hopefully so my opponent thinks I'm only running 1. Curator, if you have Curator turn 7, you need to cast him regardless of what else is going on, because he is going to pull the Primordial Drake into your hand. Primordial Drake with Sleep with the Fishes is basically another board clear. So it's all about controlling the board, sort of, I don't know, jabbing your opponent until you get your quest done, and then you just start throwing the haymakers.
I've actually seen a version of this deck that's identical to this, except, and the reason I looked it up is I only had one Primordial Drake, so I was looking for possible alternatives. There's another version just like this, except it runs one Primordial Drake and one Deathwing. And basically the premise is late game, you throw down the Deathwing, and now you have a 12/12. You have a 12/12 they have to deal with, and then you can just keep using your hero power return. You really don't need cards in your hand.
Funny you should mention that, because there happens to be a version with Deathwing that we created on Friday Night's Alchemy Lab.
Oh, cool. I missed that part of the show.
Check out the Discord. If you're in our Discord, check out our deck list ideas. We posted all those decks in there. But it actually runs both King Mosh and Deathwing.
Yep. So, all right. Well, you guys have anything else you want to add about this deck, or should we just get on to playing
Get on to getting on?
Get on to getting on, yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to a lot of our listeners, especially our patrons over at our patron Discord. If you want to be part of that community, you can go to patreon.com/heropower. They're a great community. I did have a major family situation where I had a death in the family, and I had to head up this weekend. And I really appreciate all the support from our listeners and our patrons during that time. I didn't get to play Hearthstone as much as I wanted to, but everybody was really wonderful in the patron Discord and through social media, giving me well wishes. And I just want to thank everybody.
Okay, Versika, any last thoughts?
We had great discussion going on in the Discord chat today about the current state of the meta. And
great discussion.
It was a good discussion.
Right now, there's a lot of people that are really polarized about where the meta actually stands.
Yes.
One of the things that we have found to be the case in virtually every new expansion and adventure is that the meta will change 5 or 6 times before it actually settles down into something that resembles stable. I feel like Mean Streets settled a little earlier than what we were used to, but towards the end there was more change up than we're used to seeing as well. So I have to keep reminding myself to be patient as well. But I feel like a little more patience, and if you're going to give feedback to Team 5, make it constructive. Don't just go in with a complaint. Go in with a solution as well. If you're going to complain about a particular thing, then you need to be able to have a solution to back it up. And, you can talk about this stuff with each other and on forums and stuff, and bad ideas back and forth, and not have an answer, and that's okay. But if you take it to the developer, then have an alternative in mind, so that when we go to them with complaints, it doesn't just look like complaining. It looks like we're invested and we're actually trying to help them think it through, not just fuss at them for not doing it right. Quote, right, as far as like our eyes.
That's good. Yeah.
To kind of piggyback on that real quick is I hear a lot of opinions and see it, and I get them. And most of the time, the majority opinion is not always a majority. It's just the loudest. And just because someone on the internet or through a forum disagrees with you doesn't mean they're wrong. It's just another point of view, and just be open-minded in that. The good thing about our patron Discord is everybody's extremely open-minded. We do have heated debates, but nobody ever takes anything personal, and they understand that everybody views this game and enjoys this game in different ways. And that's one thing I really love about our community, is that they're willing to have these type of discussions and still be constructive about them.
Absolutely. So, with that said, if you're joining us on Twitch or YouTube, please stay tuned for the live play portion of our show. If you are listening via the audio podcast, we would like to thank you for joining us this week and remind you that you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. You can find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOgamers or on our website at HeroPowerHS.com. If you do enjoy the show, or you would like to get involved with these discussions in our Discord, you can do that by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/heropower. And as always, we'll see you again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power.
Alrighty, folks. So before we jump into this, Versika has a little bit more to tell you about our friends at ViForce.
All right. So at the top of the show, I talked about following ViForce on Twitter. And the reason why I think that's important is because even if you don't have a ViForce machine, they're very invested in the community. And did you know that they sponsor esports teams? Did you know that they have a TeamSpeak server? Did you know that they also post articles about tech and things that affect tech? Like, for instance, 22 hours ago, they posted in Twitter that Qualcomm, or they retweeted that Qualcomm tweaks Snapdragon brand, no longer a processor, instead it's a platform. You know, tech news like that. Then you've got your Hearthstone. You got your Hearthstone videos that they posted a day ago, and then they go down and talk about the Optic Gaming win Halo Championship and a repeat for the players. You know, if you're into Halo, they follow that as well. They talk about Apple acquiring Workflow, which is going to be helping with the new iPad and iPhone. They had they posted an article about VR. They posted the Justice League's first movie trailer. They posted an article about GameStop closing 150 stores. I mean, this is a great place to go to get information as well. So through that, I think you guys will start to see that ViForce really does have the gaming community's interest in the forefront. So you know that when they design their systems, they're designing it for gamers. They're designing it to fit you individually. So get in touch with them, ViForceGaming.com. Check out what they have to offer. Follow them at ViForce Gaming on Twitter. And, just ask them. Ask them tech questions. Check out their machines. They're nice guys. Give them a shout.
All right, let's play some Hearthstone.
Yeah. I'm excited to see this deck.
All right,
Okay.
So whenever you are ready, Versika.
I'm queuing up now.
Rank 13. Pretty good.
Nice.
I got there dirty.
He had to go take a shower after hitting 13.
Whether you get there dirty or you get there clean, the legendary card back looks the same.
You should have said the legendary card back looks so mean. Would have rhymed.
Well, I wasn't trying to rhyme. Not a rapper.
All right, so our opening hand is, of course, Fireplume's Heart, because you always get the quest in your starting hand if you're running it. You can mulligan it. And then we have Tar Creeper, Bloodhoof Brave, and Stonehill Defender.
I have never seen Magni on both sides for Cosmodon. And he goes, yeah, Cosmodon. That's so cool.
I've got the coin, so I actually feel like I'm keeping all of this.
I like it. Stonehill Defender's so good early because you can get some really good taunts.
So turn 1, Fireplume Heart. Turn 2, Coin Stonehill Defender? Is that the current plan?
Yeah, it appears that that's his plan as well. So
It may change based on what he does. I can't see him putting anything out. We need the Fiery War Axe for turn 2, though.
I can't do either. I think we're good. I think even if he puts something out, I think I probably still Stonehill.
Yes, Neonic was like, Fiery Winx is in your deck. You guys are not mulliganing hard enough. And he's like, wow, never mind, you drew it.
Well, that was the plan. That was the plan, Neonic. We're good at Hearthstone. I think the thing here, I like the Stonehill Defender. If he had thrown something out that needed to be contested, the Tar Creeper might have been better. But he did not.
So do we take a second Bloodhoof Brave, or do we take a Shield Bearer just to help get us to our quest faster?
I feel like we go ahead and do the Bloodhoof Brave because he's doing the same quest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could try and race him down, but that's not what this deck is built to do.
No.
I feel like Bloodhoof Brave gives us the chance to have increased value in taking down his taunts.
Okay.
Because of the 5 attack.
And I don't see him going wide and needing to have second-rate bruiser.
Yeah.
I like the Bloodhoof Brave. It plays well with Ravaging Ghoul.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's the play.
I need to buy Magni. His emotes are so funny. I got to move. Cosmodon.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, Dirty Rat.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, you dirty rat.
Well, that's not too bad because
No.
it doesn't take away from our quests. So now we can burn for our quest, or we can take out the 2/6 Dirty Rat with Fiery War Axe. What do you think is more important?
See, I don't see the dirty rat as a threat right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm still more interested in my quest.
So we Tar Creeper, so we can at least.
Yeah, I think we Tar Creeper, and then I
Yeah.
think we run both of these into that dirty rat.
Okay.
Setting up
So
for
regardless
Fiery
of-
War Axe later.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, on
like
turn, yeah, no, that works, yeah. Because depending on what he plays, turn 4 we can Bloodhoof Brave, turn 5 we can Stonehill and War Axe.
Right. So now, no matter which minion he runs into, that dirty rat is dead next turn.
Yeah, because we
Either
can
he
kill
dies
the
to
Tar
Tar
Creeper.
Creeper.
Yeah, I like that.
So
I wasn't sure about running the Stonehill, making it a 2/3, but with that logic, I like that better.
'cause I feel like he was going to run the dirty rat into the Stonehill regardless.
Yeah,
So-
and that makes sense based on that logic. I didn't think of it that way.
So I think I could go ahead and throw out my Bloodhoof Brave,
Mm-hmm.
so that next turn I can combo Stonehill Defender into Fiery War Axe.
Okay.
Do we clear his board with the Tar Creeper and the Ghoul into the Acolyte?
I think so.
I
I know
think
it gives
so.
him a draw,
But
but
it's only one draw instead of possibly two.
exactly. And I feel like we right now have the momentum because we're up on the quest. I've got 2 taunts still left in my hand.
Yep.
3 really when you take into account that I'm going to get one from Stonehill Defender.
True.
So that puts me only 1 away, having to only draw 1 to complete my quest. So probably turn 8 to complete the quest.
We're not too worried about him building armor up, mainly because we're going to go crazy with Sulfuras Smash, right?
Okay, so this does change things a little
Yeah,
bit.
now we have a
It
trigger
does.
for the Bloodhoof Brave.
We do. We can also clear Alley Armorsmith this turn and possibly force out a brawl.
How are we clearing him this turn?
I'll show you. We'll go ahead and play War Axe.
Okay.
We'll go ahead
Whirlwind.
and Whirlwind. I'll armor up. And then I'll clear with Bloodhoof Brave.
Okay.
Tar Creeper. And
Wow,
I'm
my-
going to go ahead and go face.
And get
My
rid of some
brain-
of that armor. Yeah.
Yeah, my brain didn't even see the Bloodhoof Brave on the board. I was thinking about Bloodhoof Brave in our hand. Wow, tunnel vision.
What that did do is buy him a turn.
Yes.
Because that turn I did not get to play a taunt minion, and it's going to allow him to catch up to me.
So now he plays his own Tar Creeper, which we can just trade.
Or we could use Smash.
We're going
Or
to
slam.
Yeah.
I like Slam better. Oh,
We're going to Stonehill.
okay. I thought you were going to sleep with the fishes.
Alley Armorsmith.
Yeah. Clear
Clear
with
this,
face. Yep. And then hit him
and
for
then we'll
5.
clear the rest of his armor.
Excellent.
Yeah, very, very excellent. I like that. I like this deck a lot. And the ornery dire horn is really nice. Mainly because
It
you can
is.
get.
I feel like it's a little undervalued at
Yeah.
6 for a 5/5. But if you manage to get Wind Fury, or if you manage to get the +1/+1, it's okay.
Or even Divine Shield.
Yeah.
Divine Shield is okay.
There's Curator.
Which is exactly when he should have played it, though.
Yeah.
So now, this presents a curious thing. I can be one away from completing my quest this turn and possibly draw out the Primordial Drake, which he just drew. With Curator.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
a
the
good
problem-
note. Yeah.
The problem is I don't have a follow up if he got Deathwing in the deck and I pull Deathwing.
Right, because you don't have
Well,
a brawl
if
in
you
your
pulled-
hand to get a chance to get
If you
rid of it.
pull
I don't have a
Deathwing,
brawl, I don't
pretty
have an
much.
execute.
If you pull Deathwing, you pretty much won't clear. You won't attack.
Right. So I'll go ahead. There's nothing that's going to actually Sleep with the Fishes could be an option. All right, I'll Dirty Rat first.
Okay.
Honorary Darn.
Ah.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and alley
Death
Armor
Rattle.
Smith, and then I'll clear the Curator.
Like that.
Okay, yeah, it's not bad.
What do you think of having 2 Direhorn hatchlings instead of the ornery Direhorn?
Personally, I like that better.
So I actually, when I built this deck, only had one Primordial Drake. So I actually, in place of the second Drake, put in another Direhorn hatchling.
That's what I started with until I found the Deathwing list. I haven't played with either one yet. I haven't had time. Ooh, second
There's his
Direhorn.
second Direhorn.
We're only one off from our quest. There's our turn 10 play.
Primordial into Sleep with the Fishes.
Well,
That's what
can't
I'm
do it
thinking.
this turn.
No, you were saying our turn 10 play.
Yeah,
so-
that's just saying that's our turn 10.
But I do
Primordial
think, actually, if I Bloodhoof, I can cast Sulfuras this turn.
But you can't hero power.
No, I can't Hero Power, but I have the 4.
You'll set it up.
But
Yeah.
he
from
he
the
can
weapon.
kill that hatchling.
Right,
Without
I
having to
can
use
take
our
it
2
down to
minions.
1. Yeah.
You can kill the one hatchling and not bother attacking into the other ones.
Exactly.
Just save it. Because they don't really threaten much. Buy my beard. I don't want to buy your beard. I have my own.
Now, I would imagine, unless things just get crazy, that this next turn will be an ornery
And hero
Direhorn into Hero Power Sulfuras combination.
Yes.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, I clear with all of my minions and Sleep with the Fishes.
I don't get that play from him. That's
I don't
weird.
Because you can now clear the board
Yeah, I'm going to make him pay for that.
and take 8 to the face.
What's he doing? Well, you don't want to give a
Shield
taunt.
or plus
He only
3.
needs one more to get his Hero Power. So Flaming Claws is a no-go. I don't need Taunt. Divine
Divine
Shield.
Shield.
Is.
That'll stop a die insect. I'm still just baffled by that play. And we still have a armor generator on the board too.
Yes.
So that's good for us.
This will be Whirlwind Sleep Fishes.
Still doesn't
execute.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is okay, because now we can primordial and clear the board again. Primordial into hero power.
Hero power.
Yep.
And this is what the reason that I chose this deck when I was looking at the list was because this is what this deck does.
Yep.
Yep.
Hurls fireballs.
Now we just keep putting taunts down, manage the board. We can use execute.
Now he's
Now
got it as
quest.
well.
And he's got enough, so he's going to 50-50 the shot. It's not for sale. Yep, 50-50 and he missed. We can pop it and execute it. Bloodhoof Brave and hit him for 8 more. I've learned in this matchup, in this mirror match when I've seen it, whoever has the coin tends to get ahead faster.
So in this expansion, let me just pull up my replays here. I actually looked at this earlier. So in this expansion, no, not arena, go back. In this expansion in constructed, my win rate with the coin is 83%. My overall win rate at the start of this expansion is 60%.
Okay.
So the coin has proven to be.
So we could
very
dirty
valuable.
rat into brawl if we have to here.
I think that is a fantastic idea. That wasn't a fantastic pull, though.
No, it really wasn't.
No, but if we can get our dirty rack to stick on the brawl, well, that works too.
See if maybe he overextends or something.
I don't think he'll probably run.
Okay. Hopefully he does overextend. It's looking a little rough.
That was interesting. If he had done it the other way around, I'd be at 4. So what do you think? Do we brawl then Direhorn to give us the 50-50?
Well, if his Direhorn stays alive, then we lose.
Right. But that's no different than if we put our Direhorn
Our
in.
Direhorn out, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I'd
Then
say
it's a
brawl.
guarantee to the face.
Yeah.
I feel like our odds are better to brawl than Direhorn.
I think you're right. Oh.
That'll do it, folks.
Yep. Because he can just clear ours and then give him a well played. I do like that he made the gold quest so that when he got a Sulfuras, it made his hero power gold. Even though he's not a golden hero. And there's game. The mirror match is very much like chess. And for that, I like it.
Yeah, it is very much a chess match.
And this is one of those matchups where your little tech choices matter a lot.
Yeah.
And I like that too.
All right. Going to game 2.
Like his Direhorn, his second Direhorn hatchling got him more value than our honorary Direhorn.
Okay.
That's true.
So here we're up against a rogue. Do we now? This is a question a lot of people have been talking about: is there value in pitching the quest if you think you might be up against an aggro deck?
And I've been hearing this a lot, and today in HGG, somebody pitched theirs and then found out they're facing more of a mid-range deck, and they really paid for it. Now, this is Rogue, so if you're going against Classic Miracle or the new Miracle, it's probably better to keep it. But if you are going against more aggressive, even quest rogue, then you probably want to pitch it.
If
So you
he
make
did
the
not
call.
have, if he did not have the coin, I would keep it. But because he has the coin, I can't chance that being quest rogue.
Okay,
So I'm going to pitch it because the quest doesn't matter at all in that matchup.
gotcha.
All right.
That's fair. So now you're just basically gonna try to win by attrition and get the quest late in the game, right?
Yeah, but this, like my opening hand, I would have needed to have Stonehill Defender and Tar Creeper. One of those two would have needed to be in that opening hand.
Ravaging Ghoul at least has some value.
I feel like
Hero power, I think, is better here.
Yeah, I feel like hero power over
Neonic
Fiery
says
Warwick.
he disagrees and believes the warrior quest can win you the game against quest rogue.
And again, and he makes a point. That's the argument that's going on right now, and we're less than a week into the meta, so it'll eventually flush itself out.
Okay, so this is another reason why I actually re-downloaded the deck tracker. So let's see. I feel like here, Ravaging Ghoul is a waste, so I'm going to go ahead and equip the War Axe and clear.
Does the hero power knife look different on Maev?
I don't think so.
It just looks different to me. Maybe it's animated like, I don't know.
Let's see. So my stats. Because I actually haven't played against Miracle, and that's exactly what this is.
Is it Miracle?
This is Miracle.
Mm-hmm.
Because of Sherazin, right?
Right. I'm going to go ahead and clear him.
I haven't actually seen a lot of Rogue, and I definitely haven't played much Rogue because I don't have the cards for it.
Let's see. Average game time is 3.3 minutes, lasting 5.3 turns. I have played 22 games against Quest Rogue, and I have won 45% of them. But the average game is 5.3 turns. Average game time 3.3 minutes.
He backstabbed his own minion just to revive Sherazin faster.
Yes, because you have to play 4 cards to bring Sherazin back in 1 turn.
Yeah, I know. That's a lot of resources.
Yeah, but he's already done 10 damage to me with it.
That's true.
That backstab basically backstabbed me for 5.
4, if you count the damage that was taken away that he killed his minion. But yeah, that's a weak Edwin.
Oh, you're about to see the glory of playing with the mob.
Yep. Sleep with the fishes. I like that.
I like it as well.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Won't sap that. Backstab.
He's only got 4 cards in hand.
Yeah.
So he'd have to play them all.
Yeah. So we have to focus on trying to build up some armor.
I think this is where we replay the Armor Smith.
I agree.
Yeah. I think he's getting gassed out. Do we go ahead and kill the SI?
No.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why we don't is we still need to kill Sherazin one more time because I only run the 2 executes.
Gotcha.
And I only have the 1 Whirlwind. So I can only Whirlwind / Ravaging Ghoul and Sleep
So
with the Fishes.
if
one
you
more time.
brawl when he is alive, he just turns back into the seed, right?
Right.
Okay.
Time to start working the quest, or do we just Direhorn and...
I feel like it's probably time to work the quest, but I can do it armor up, Direhorn, and quest in this turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I feel like they've got to go through that, and then I can brawl next turn if I need to.
Okay.
Actually, no. I feel like maybe the better play is the Bloodhoof because I can brawl when the Direhorn's on the board.
True. That's true.
They still have to go through 6.
6
Either way.
defense, yeah.
The only disadvantage is 2 of his minions will stay alive after the first hit, but we have Sleep with the Fishes.
So
We're
you're
going to clear.
use
I'd say we cleared the 3/3.
I was thinking about it, but I
I
feel
would have
like
done the 3/3.
Yeah. Shadow Strike. Face.
Yeah, face tank that.
Mm-hmm. I would. It's the smart play. You're only taking 5 points of damage.
that's okay because
We don't need to brawl here, do we?
I think it might be a... I mean...
Because we can brawl, and then if either of the...
I
either
think
the
we
SI
slam,
I
we
think we
armor up,
slam
and we
first.
brawl.
Okay. I was thinking brawl and then using the slam if we had to, and then running face and armor up. But I guess it's all the same. We could brawl now.
I still feel like we Direhorn and
Armor
armor
up.
up.
Okay.
Because next turn we don't have to brawl. We can primordial Sleep with the Fishes.
True.
Yeah. Do we kill the 3/3 this turn though?
No, because it'll die next turn, I think.
Yeah, I feel like we do.
Because
And the reason why is because if he manages to draw, he's
Uh-huh.
still got to find a way through the Direhorn that isn't Shares him.
Oh, burn. Burn. Yeah, that's a tough matchup. And I don't think pitching the quest honestly helped or hurt us, to be honest. We wouldn't ever...
We didn't draw enough minions anyway.
Exactly. We wouldn't have gotten to the quest as
Yeah,
it is.
that's a tough matchup.
Because we still had both Dirty
Yeah.
Rats. We still had the Acolyte of Pain, one Ravaging Ghoul. We never saw a Defender or a Creeper. We only saw one Brave, one Armor Smith.
We didn't see Gadgets and Auctioneer at all. We
Yeah,
didn't see him
most
play
of our
that.
minions were still in the deck.
Yeah.
He still had a lot of gas left if he drew into it.
Yeah.
We'll play
All
one
right.
more time since we still have 10 minutes left.
Okay, one more game. Versika says so.
I don't feel like that one was a very, very fair representation of the deck as far as its playability, but that is something that this deck can do, and that is draw spell heavy. Your spells interact with your minions, and if you draw spell heavy, then you're in a little bit of trouble. This is a much better opening hand, mostly
Throwback.
because you have a Stonehill. You're
Yeah.
looking to mulligan into a Stonehill or a Tar Creeper.
Yeah.
That's really important.
So we've got the Quest, Fiery War Axe, Tar Creeper, and Stonehill Defender in our opening hand.
First,
Right.
we have an advantage over this guy because his name is Ideal Legend, but he's not using the Legend card back, so he's doing it wrong right out the get-go.
Well, we also had an advantage because even if he's playing Zulok, then he doesn't have the coin.
Yeah, that's true.
So he life tapped his first turn. Or his
Which
second
probably
turn.
means handlock.
Yeah, probably means handlock. So we're going to coin into
I haven't
Stonehill.
seen Handlock yet this meta, so that'll be neat.
It's there.
Okay, so Dread Corsair's out. I'm not playing any pirates, so 4 for a 3/3 is just. I'd rather do the 4 for the 2/6.
I agree.
An argument could be made for Psychotron.
So let's look at our hand.
Deals a little more
next
damage.
turn, we're going to probably Tar Creeper. Then what are we going to
Right.
do on turn 4?
I feel like turn 4, I'm probably going to end up having to clear something with Fiery War Axe.
Okay, so then
That's
turn
probably
5.
an armor up Fiery War
Yeah,
Axe.
so then turn 5, we Psychotron?
Yeah, but if I have 5 mana, I may want to Alley Armor Smith if we draw into that, and that's why I'm stuck. I think Stegadon gets us there faster, so we'll just get Stegadon.
Okay.
I think so, and it survives a lot of your board damage that Handlock would do.
Oh. Yeah, this is definitely Handlock.
Hellfires. Yeah, he tapped twice. I'd say so.
I liked the idea of the Divine Shield against Handlock and the extra point of damage, but
Yeah, but they do have point removal, so the Divine Shield basically just makes it a 3/4 taunt over a 2/6 taunt.
that's actually I was mistaken. It was Dread Corsair actually was only 1 with the axe. Let's take it. Wrong pirate.
Well, we could clear that with a minion and execute, and then Fiery War Axe, like we had talked about.
Or we
Yeah,
clear
but we're going to need to save those executes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So just go around it and play the Stegadon?
I think so. I think the key to winning this matchup will definitely be throwing fireballs. I don't know that he'll have enough pressure to be able to keep up with us.
And for the record, this is Handlock. They're giant-sized fireballs.
Yeah.
They are.
Get it? Because they're 8/8s. And...
Yep.
Ah, there
There's
we go.
our first one.
I mean, we have an easy clear on it. We can
Ravaging
just,
Ghoul, execute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And
The
then
most efficient
eventually
use of our mana.
he'll chip the Twilight Drake down low enough we can Sleep with the Fishes it. Because he'll have to get through our taunts with it. And right now, if he takes out the Tar Creeper, we can hit it with one minion, Sleeps the Fishes, and kill it.
If he hits the Tar Creeper, I'll probably just Fiery War Axe into
Yeah, that's true.
Bloodhoof Brave and clear it with that.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I was going to say, he'd probably Stegadon, Mortal Coil to Stegadon.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Apothecary.
There's the Mortal Coil and the Stegadon.
So what are you thinking here?
Still feel like I clear that Drake.
Well, you could Fiery War Axe and Bloodhoof Brave.
I think that's the play. Fiery War Axe, Bloodhoof Brave.
There's merit to possibly Ornery Direhorn, but
Yeah, I feel like that Drake is about to get Sun Fury Protected or Defender of Argus, and that makes it way
yeah,
harder to take down.
that's the one thing I was thinking of if he could Defender it. But I think, well, he's already used his big Defender target, so. Well, this isn't Reno, so he's probably running doubles up. I forgot about that.
Correct.
I keep thinking Handlock and thinking
We are in a post-Reno world, ladies and gentlemen, and doesn't it feel great?
Well, this could be some form of Kazakus.
He's got 10
So-
cards. He has to play something this turn.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the Razor Leaf.
Here's the Shambling.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shambler.
I'm a little baffled. Well, dang. I think at this point we just keep throwing down taunts to get to our quest faster.
We're at 4, correct? Yeah.
Yes. So do we ornery Direhorn to hope for a low cost one next turn?
Yeah, I think we probably Stonehill. Maybe
Yes.
cast 2 in the same turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that worked. I was thinking it in reverse. Try to cast 2 next turn. That works too. I mean, that's just as good.
Take the shield bearer this time.
We could.
Or
Well, no,
we
we
could
could put out
Stegadon.
Stegadon.
Yeah.
We could do Stegadon,
Yeah.
and it's
Just-
more roadblocks.
Make it meaty. So
I think we don't
next
even
turn
attack.
We honor.
Just
Yeah, make him
Next
do the
turn we
clearing.
honor me.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm setting up for the Drake.
that humongous razor leaf is the new oh gosh.
Ancient Watcher.
Yeah, it's the new Ancient Watcher. Everybody's running it in this, so
Running it in my handlock.
yep.
It's in the Purify Priest
Yep.
because you purify or silence it, and then you divine spirit inner fire for lethal.
Yep.
And since you have the new was a 2-mana spell that gives you one of your spells into your hand, it's a higher likelihood of getting the combo. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Shadow Vision.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Shadow
Shadow Vision. I'm sorry. You were on Priest. I was like, wait a minute. I'm trying. Why is that not in my deck? That's actually okay because we're just going to do this. We'll armor up. And we are without a doubt going to give it poisonous.
Yeah, because he can't run just while the other one can't attack. So that challenges the 4/6. He's going to have to use spot removal on it.
Mad at Arms in chat says pick taunt with the adapt or no balls.
Not only is it offensive, it's really offensive.
There's the second Mortal Coil.
It's fine. We took out the 4/8 taunt with it.
Yep.
Or 4/6, but This deck doesn't run silences, does it?
No,
Oh, maybe it does.
this will be a Sun Fury.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Sun Fury Protector or an Argent Defender.
Well, if it's
Inner
targeting
Arts.
it wouldn't be either one.
Oh, that's true. There's
Sun
this-
Fury. Sun Fury. Sun Fury.
Ancient
Ancient
Watcher.
Watcher. Oh, he's just
Gotta
putting
run
targets on
silences.
the board.
He's got it.
Oh,
We can't-
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but we can't brawl and use Sulfuras Smash though.
It's okay.
But we got a 66% chance. We got a no attacking. minimum.
Ah!
So
Attack face first with the
yeah,
Oh, of course.
yeah.
1 minute off. That's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, there's the silence.
there's
I knew
Oh,
the
he
it
does
targeted
run a
with
silence.
Well,
It doesn't matter, but
Defender and Sun Fury Protector don't target. And he had an arrow pointed at one point. So this is going to clear everything except for the one, which is fine.
oh no, we're going to clear it all.
Oh, because you got that's right. You got the
weapon.
weapon.
That's right.
That's right. Duh. I think that's the. I'm trying to think of what else he could run in here. That's
Oh, he's digging.
yeah.
He had the
Seven
Silent Soul in his
Soul, okay.
hand, so that's not what he drew. Oh,
The end is coming.
Doomsayer.
So do we use Sulfuras and then if it hits him, we go Curator?
I think so.
We'll get a dragon, but ooh, so cute. That's the cutest card in the whole set.
I don't know, the run's pretty cute.
And you got it in golden. I dust all my goldens. I don't care how cute they are.
Yeah, this and the Runting Golden.
I will say
It was all
this.
cuted up.
I think they could have made the animation much more. At least make the eye blink. That's the only. They would have made the eye wink. That I'd almost want it in golden.
And there he goes. Didn't get what he wanted.
Nope.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. 1 in 3.
1 and 2.
Or, yeah, 1 and 2. Sorry. We played 3 games. That's what I was
We
thinking
won
of.
1 out of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Don't
Like
screw
I
up
said,
this
there's 4 lists. Find the one that fits you.
Yeah. And I'm going to plug Disguised Toast here because if you guys haven't seen it, he opened a new website right before Ungoro came out at disguisedtoast.com. Some of you may remember he used to collaborate with the group that ran manacrystals.com, which he was really kind of doing a lot of the updates to it. But he's opened his own site, and he actually has a meta snapshot on his site that when you it talks about the top decks in each tier, but when you click in it, it doesn't give you one deck list. It gives you multiple decks of that, so you can find the one that you like that works for you. So check that out if you haven't already.
Cool.
Yeah, he actually has the Quest Rogue as a tier 2 deck.
He does.
And the Miracle Rogue as a tier 1 deck.
And I can agree with that. So, all right. That's going to do it for us this week. Do you guys have any last-minute thoughts about the deck that we just played? Versika, since you played, we'll start with you.
Yeah, the thing about this deck, and like I said, the reason that I chose this one was because it's faster into getting Sulfuras, and you're just basically throwing fireballs. I personally really enjoy the King Mosh version. So if you have him, find that deck list and play it. I don't think you're going to be sorry.
Okay. All right. Zerosia.
I'm excited to play this deck. I'm going to play the variant with the with Deathwing in it because I did play Dragon Warrior for a while, and Deathwing was really clutch late game. So I think it'll work well here. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
All right, guys.
So real quick though,
Yeah.
Like you said, one of the things that Toast does on that deck that's really cool is he puts down all the different lists. Right now for this Taunt Warrior, Sjow's got 2 on his list. Fibonacci has 1, Zalay has 1, Hot Form has 1, and Just Saying has 1. They're all on there, and they're all currently showing Legend rank.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like Sjow's first legend rank was on the 6th, along with Just Saying a Hot Form, Zalay, Fibonacci on the 8th, and then Sjow again on the 10th. So get on there, check it out, and I think Fibonacci's the one you were talking about that had the Deathwing, Zerosia.
I believe so. I think it's right. I like Fibonacci's list, so it probably is the one I went for.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. If you have any questions or comments about the show, please shoot us an email at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. If you haven't done so already, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button below on YouTube and give us a follow on Twitch to be alerted when we go live. For more information about our patron-only Discord and or our Hero Power patron tournament, which is coming up at the end of this month on April the 29th, check out patreon.com/heropower. And as always, good gaming.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.